All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the CO system Brunel hub to Sothis A5 Sirius atmospherics tourist missions. Uh, you get them down to just one jump to the other system. They're fairly close when you jump in, about 1,800 light seconds, 300 to 600 coming back the other way. You can make anywhere between 600,000 to 1.5 million per group of tourists that you take. Let's go ahead and start, and I'll show you the build that I'm working with. There are ships that you can get slightly more passengers in than the Python that I'm using.
Cancelled.
The reason I'm using the Python is it's fast, it's maneuverable, it's easy to get through the door. A lot of times you're carrying illegal passengers, and the last thing you want to get is scanned by the Federal Navy outside. You'll be destroyed. It's just not good for making money, obviously. I try to derate everything, so I'll be as light as possible. I want to be able to one jump to the other system, like I said. The 5A frameshift drive is going to be your key to that. Optional internals, I go with business class on all the 6s and 5s. I would have another 5 business class, but I'm just entirely too far out and too lazy to go pick one up right now. Advanced docking computer, no brainer. Even when I have illegal passengers, I will run the starport to keep them getting scanned, and then I will immediately throttle down and let it land itself. It just speeds up the whole process. As of right now, we're sitting at 246 million. This is an excellent way also if you're trying to build up Federation rank to do. This is how I got up to Marquis in Federation in about a week, playing about an hour or so, hour and a half every night. So there's that. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now because I want it to be legitimate as far as picking the missions, picking the passengers, getting them assigned to cabins. Over time, you become much faster at this. You can recognize the ones that are going to be higher paying, obviously by their total amount. So you want to maximize the passenger count to pay. So over time, you'll get better at it, and the more reputation you get, obviously, the higher the pay is going to be per mission. So let's go ahead and get started. $1.5, that's the gravy boats right there. That's what you're looking for, is 1.5 million runs. 1.1 is not bad, particularly if they'll take one of the smaller cabins. They'll take an economy, so we'll put them in there. There's another 1.5, so it looks like we're going to have a decent trip this time. 1.2, still good. And I could probably find some more 1.5s farther down, but just for speed's sake, you'll make it up in the long run. Just being able to get in and out of the port. All right, there we go. Galaxy map.
That's already done.
Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
All right, I've already got these bookmarked. Sothis A5 is the planet that's closest to the point that they want to look at. So that's where we're going to go. We can leave now.
Initiating.
What you're hearing in the background, I run voice attack and use the HCS pack plugin.
All systems ready to go. Stand by for launch.
I play a lot in VR. It automates a lot of processes for me, so I don't have to struggle to find the right controls to do what I need to do. Plus, it adds to the immersion a little bit. You know, we all want a talking spaceship that reacts to your commands.
Are you ready to leave?
Yes.
Maximum thrust. Power diverted to engines. Distancing now. Stand by.
As you hear, that voice control program is getting me out of mass lock automatically. It diverts power, boosts, gets us clear, and then does the jump for me. When you're
Engaging drive.
when you're doing some kind of grind like this, it just really helps. Engage jump drive.
Jumping. Jumping to next system.
I currently have my voice control set to talk a lot, mostly because I have some new voices installed.
Key systems are at optimal levels, readying for exit.
And I just
Now.
see how they're doing. So you can actually turn the frequency down that they talk. They'll actually, one of the interesting things, they'll talk to each other. It's kind of funny to hear them bicker back and forth. One of my guys is voiced by Brent Spiner, who played Data on Star Trek, of course. Another one is Brian Blessed, the Hawkman from Flash Gordon. As a geek, makes me happy. Once we get within 1,000 light seconds of Sothis A5, you'll be able to look at your navigation context pane and see Siruis atmospherics listed. When you get there and you come out of Super Cruise, you're going to want to lock onto the beacon that's there to complete your mission. Let it scan it. While you're doing that, to speed things up, you can go to your bookmarks and look back and plot a route to Brunel Hub, which is where we're going back to. You'll get in the habit of doing all this pretty quickly if you're grinding it a lot. So, I've had a command problem with my voice attack disengaging the Super Cruise, so we're going to see if that works correctly. If not, we'll just do it manually until I can work it out. There is a pretty big gravity well around this planet, so you want to be very conscious not to pass the objective, because you will get caught in a serious slowdown trying to get back to it. No giant problem, but just inconvenient. See, that planet looks Earth-like. That's because the object that we're going to look at is actually a terraforming satellite that created and terraformed that planet to be Earth-like. So, pretty neat concept. This place is well outside of the bubble. It is cumbersome to get to, but it's worth it for me. It's allowed me to get some combat ships I've been wanting, like the Crate Mark II and the Anaconda. without weeks and months of grinding. Exit Super Cruise. Alright, there's Sirius atmospherics right there. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, open the galaxy map. We have Brunel hub bookmarked. By the time we get back out, you see we've already completed. Engage hyperspace.
Hyperspace jump engaging. Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected. Engaging exit protocols.
One of the keys here to successfully running the starport without being scanned is to ensure that you come in out of Super Cruise on the side that has the entrance. So
I have something on my mind.
speak your mind. Okay. So basically I will just angle up a little bit away from it, put a little distance in between me, and then I will bring myself back down so that I'm in line with the door. So when I come out of Super Cruise, basically get close enough, request docking, run through the door as fast as I can, and then throttle it completely down and let it auto dock. If you don't have illegal passengers, you don't have to worry about this. You don't want to have to pay the $4 million insurance cost. Just be a better pilot. You can run silent mode. I just prefer not to. I do miss the door on occasion because I'm going so fast, and the last thing I want is to have no shields. Get your ship blown up with a bunch of tourists inside of it, you tend to ruin your reputation, which lowers your payouts. That's the wrong way to go. Definitely not what we want to do. Disengage Super Cruise.
Disengaging.
Alright, see how we're very close to the door already? Basically line up. Request docking.
Request sent.
Request docking.
Request complete.
Yeah, I messed that up because I pressed a direction on my controller while it was executing the command, so that was on me.
I'd recommend powering shields for landing.
Alright, and that's it. We'll get on the ground. Sitting right at 11 minutes right now, so 12 minutes is my longest average. I tend to do between 5 and 6 rounds per hour. I will link my Anora earnings report so you can kind of see what I'm doing. if you're not in need of money. It's also a very good way to get some of the higher end crafting materials. Alright, so there it is, 254 million, so 14 in 12 minutes, not too bad.